Whether you call it spiritual burnout or depression, the reality is 1 in 5 Americans are struggling mentally right now. And the sad part is only 33% of them actually get help. And so in today's video, I want to share with you guys 5 practical tips on how I kind of made it out of my funk and overcame depression. Stay tuned. All right, so tip number 1 is
to seek counsel.
Wow.
Right, so you need to find someone that you can talk to, that will actively listen like unjudgmentally, someone that you can trust, that won't necessarily judge you, they'll hear you out and give you real advice, right? Not someone to just pamper you, but someone to tell you what you actually need to do to get through it.
Yeah, I found that it's really helpful to find someone that's actually outside of your circle, outside of your people, because especially if you're in a position like Jeff or myself, where you have some kind of spiritual leadership, maybe you're the spiritual leader for your friends or your family, opening up to them isn't necessarily a bad thing or an evil thing,
right?
But it does put you in an awkward position. So finding someone that's like a third party, that's not a member of your church, that maybe is outside, for you it was?
For me, it was my wife, actually, which I guess is still really close in. But she was someone that I could trust, that I could pour into, and I knew that she wouldn't, judge me, but she would still respect me and honor me.
For me, it was a counselor. I'm going to actual professional Christian counseling.
Tell me, what's on your mind?
Now, real quick, before we get to the next tip, I want to let you guys know, if you click or tap right over here, we have an entire video that talks about both Jeff and my story going through depression. I think you'll learn something important from that, but let's go ahead, go to the next.
All right, so number 3 is to seek simplicity. And so by that, we mean that you cut some things out of your life. Because so many of us, especially in the church world, we get so much going on that it's building up and building up and building up, and we have a task list that's never ending. And we need to look at that, use discernment, and cut things out that we don't need to do and that are stressing us out.
Yeah, the reality is that you will always have more things to do. I think there's this myth, and I know that I'd fallen prey to this myth. I know Emily believes this myth a lot, like, oh, I'll just wait until the next season of life when things slow down.
Yeah.
Then I'll start taking care of myself. Then I'll start going to the gym or sleeping better or eating healthy. That next phase never comes.
Right.
What you have to learn to do is be able to prioritize things that actually matter. Are there things that you're currently doing that you don't really need to be doing that you can cut out? Even if it's just for a season and you're seeking this simplicity for a little while, this makes a big difference. Cutting things out that don't actually matter and prioritizing the bare necessities in that moment.
Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife.
Tip number 4 is to seek joy. One of the most important pieces of advice that my counselor said, Justin, what do you enjoy doing? To kind of get you out of burnout, to get you out of depression, this kind of funk that you're in. Justin, what do you like to do? And my response was, I like to play video games. Yeah. And I kind of felt sheepish giving that answer. I was like, that's not a very spiritual thing. That's not a very like altruistic thing. She's like, no, do that more.
Alrighty then.
Do the things that bring you joy. It's okay to have fun. It's okay to have your spirits lifted again.
Right. And for my wife and I, we have this phrase that we like to say, and we say, enjoy every moment, right? And so it's to find the best in every single moment. Obviously, that's not easy. We all face difficult seasons, difficult times where, it's not going great, but we still have to try to find the joy in it. For me, I love video games, right? So to get through burnout, I had to do more things that made me smile, that made me laugh. Like sometimes it was sitting at home, throwing on a comedy video on YouTube and sitting there with my wife and just laughing. Yeah,
so just doing things that bring you joy, whether that's video games, whether that's like going to the movies, spending time with family and friends, going out for a walk, exercise, the things that bring you joy.
And tip number 5 is to seek community, which is a little different than our first one. First one was seek counsel. This one's to seek community.
Seeking counsel would be finding someone who can you can sit under and have a mentor, someone teaching you, someone speaking into your life. Community is different how?
Community is different in that it's your group of friends, right? It's the people that you can spend time with and that actually make you happy. Our community is the people that we do make us happy and the people that we can still trust to tell our problems to tell our feelings, and that they'll be there to love on us, but also just more people to make us smile. The more we smile, the better off we'll be.
And ideally, this is what you would experience in your local church community. Ideally, this kind of community are those people. But for some certain cases, if the cause of your spiritual burnout, the cause of this kind of tired feelings or whatever the case is coming because you're serving at church, it might actually mean you got to find community outside of that. at.
Maybe so, yeah.
Maybe find a CrossFit gym, find some friends that are in the area.
Yeah.
I mean, things along those lines where you can experience real community with people that you love, and there's no expectation that you're giving to them or other than what was normal in a friendship. So of course, this list is not exhaustive. There's only 5 things, but we want to hear from you guys. What is something that you would give as a piece of advice for someone going through discouragement, through depression, through spiritual burnout? Let us know in the comment section below.
You're not gonna stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it!
Now, of course, just a real quick shout out. This is my friend Jeff. He also has a YouTube channel. What's your YouTube channel called?
It's called That Bold Life.
Do us a favor, click right here and you can go over to his channel and you can check out some of the videos that we've done on his channel and give him a subscribe, give him some love, guys, and check it out.
Thanks, man.